Hi everyone, Jake here for FMSCOUT, and in today's video we'll be looking at an amazing Thomas Tuchel tactic recreation which does very well in this simulation but also does its best to replicate the style of play that Thomas Tuchel uses with Chelsea. As a Chelsea fan, I love testing this tactic, very excited to show it to you all, so let's run the intro and get right into it. Welcome everybody, I'm Jake for FMSCOUT, and as I mentioned, today's video will be us looking at a tactic recreation of Thomas Tuchel's style that he currently uses with Chelsea Football Club. Before we do go and have a look at the tactic and just how well it does for us, I'd like to invite you guys, if you would be absolute legends, and smash the like button. These videos on the weekend don't tend to do as well view-wise, so if we can get some likes, hopefully it will push it to as many people as possible. You'll be able to find this tactic linked in the description down below. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Feel free to check out my channel, linked in the description. Let us know who you'd like to see next. And lastly, before we get into the video, we've got to give a word to our sponsors. It's the good people over at SPITCH yet again. So let me tell you a quick bit about SPITCH. SPITCH is an awesome fantasy football app available for people in the UK and Ireland, as well as Germany and Austria, providing you're over the age of 18. Unlike normal fantasy football that takes place over a season-long format, SPITCH focuses in on weekly tournaments where you select your side to win prizes. There's both free leagues and paid for leagues, all of which come with their own unique prizes and rewards. All you have to do is download the link in the description, which we of course would greatly appreciate. From there you'll register, you might have to show your ID, and then you can select your team like you'll see me doing on screen right now. You can pick your captain for bonus points, use the statistical analysis features within SPITCH to select your side, and then you're ready to go to compete against other players for real prizes. So test out your fantasy football knowledge on SPITCH, linked in the description. Thank you for sponsoring. Now let's get back to the video. So here we are with the Thomas Tuchel Chelsea tactic recreation on FM22. Now, as a Chelsea fan, Thomas Tuchel's style has been a breath of fresh air for me. I'm a big fan of the solidity that it actually provides a squad, and I know there's been, in recent weeks at least, some poor results, but overall, in the grand picture since he's taken over, the team just looks a lot more solid, and I really enjoy that aspect because I don't have to spend the whole game biting my fingernails expecting someone to make a mistake at the back. Since he joined Chelsea just over a year ago, they've been in multiple cup finals, having won the Super Cup, the Club World Cup, and of course the Champions League. And their style of football is one that many football fans, not just Chelsea fans, can hopefully appreciate. This amazing tactic can be found linked in the description, but let me tell you a little bit about the roles and how it works. So firstly, we've got a sweeper keeper on support. If you see a minus arrow next to any of these instructions, it's one that you'll have to add on yourself, or you can just download the tactic in the description. Then we've got a back three, a back five, whatever you might want to call it, with a wide centre back on defence looking to do this as seen on screen, and the one on the left is slightly different. That's your Tony Rudiger of this side. Then you've got your ball playing defender on defence duty, two wing backs on attack with these instructions both the same. Then we have a box-to-box midfielder on support, a central midfielder on support, an inside forward on support, an inverted winger on support, and up top a deep line playmaker on attack. The mentality is an attacking mentality, and in possession we've got a fairly narrow attacking width, looking to pass into space, play out defence and work the ball into the box with everything else as seen on screen. In transition we're looking to counter press and counter. Tuchel likes his teams off the ball to press in a very smart manner, and it looks like they'll be doing it in this game here. And then out of possession we are looking to do the following as seen on screen. If you guys try to recreate this tactic, you might do it slightly differently. You might have a fairly wide attacking width instead of a fairly narrow, but the idea of this is to replicate the way that Chelsea play in game as best as possible. The right centre back will be looking to cross less often, whereas Rudiger on the left hasn't got that instruction, so he'll be looking to play the ball into the midfield, and everything else kind of looked about right in terms of who's Chelsea picking, other than the fact of course that Romelu Lukaku has scored 50 goals in this season for Chelsea using this tactic, so it's clearly doing a little better for him than how it went in real life since he joined Chelsea's side. But how did we do with this awesome tactic? Well, much like real life, Chelsea have won the Super Cup, they've also won the Carabao Cup, but maybe more surprisingly and more importantly, they have won the Premier League by a 10-point margin over Manchester City. 71 goal difference and 38 games played. Let's have a look at their Premier League campaign in a bit more detail. We can see we only lost 4 games all season, away matches all of them to Man City, Tottenham, Man United and Leeds, so it's not like we're getting beaten by terrible teams. All of them teams are at least half decent, and we've only drawn 2 games against Everton and Brentford. Everything else was pure domination. I mean, if we look at our most recent results, we have been absolutely smashing it, and we will watch one of these games to see how the tactics worked. The only major failure of this tactic was the big loss to Real Madrid. We recovered it almost in the second leg, but it seems like that first leg did us in a bit. There was a penalty in there. It seems all the goals were scored quite close together, so who knows what happened there, but that wasn't the best of games. But everything else was pretty good overall, and we're very happy with the performance of this tactic. In fact, even though we are Chelsea, this is a performance that I think anyone would be happy to have with their side. Now, it should be noted that, of course, Chelsea have a lot of talent, so this tactic might not do as well with lower down clubs, but I haven't given it a go. Maybe you guys want to. Let me know how it does for you. But seemingly here with Chelsea, I didn't have to do anything special. I just let the simulation run. The assistant manager has done amazing, and we've smashed it using this tactic. We scored 98 goals in the Premier League season, but we're also very defensively solid, only 27 conceded, and that is by far my favourite thing about this tactic. We're good going forward, but very stable at the back, just like Chelsea are in most cases in real life. We've also got 22 clean sheets, more than Manchester United, more than Manchester City, way more than Liverpool as well. Most shots for goes to Chelsea, where we've had plenty more shots than our closest rivals, Manchester United. We have done very well. Player-wise, we have got Romelu Lukaku with the most goals. He scored 29 in the league. Reece James got 17 assists and Ben Chilwell got 9, showing just how important the wing-backs are in the system. Just like they are in real life, they're arguably the most important part of Chelsea's side. So overall, it's been absolutely awesome from us. Let's have a look at the detailed statistics to see if there's anything important to find here. Here's the first thing that I'm noticing. We completed plenty of crosses, way more than anyone else using these wing backs in this system. Lukaku would have been receiving balls left, right and centre onto his head, particularly from the wing backs. It's not like we've scored an amazing amount from corners. It's not corner tactic was broken this whole simulation, because Everton and Manchester City scored more than us. Obviously, we did only concede 27 goals, so it lines up that we only conceded 1 from corners. We were very good defensively, many clean sheets as we've already mentioned, and overall we've absolutely smashed it with this Chelsea side. I know a lot of you guys do like looking at this stuff, so here is the pass map from Chelsea's game with Manchester City, which was apparently their most recent game, so if anyone wants to take a look at that, you can do. But to finish off this video, we're just going to have a look at the style of play that this tactic runs with in the match engine. We have got a 5-0 win against Leicester here, so I think that might be a good place to start with having a look at how this tactic did. Lukaku has scored 4 goals here, so this is going to be, I don't know, this is just going to be cross central, is it, when we go and have a look in the game at how well this tactic did? Who knows? Let's see the goals. This is my first time watching it. The same it will be for you. We've got a corner in from Pulisic, Havertz heads it over, and Lukaku rises highest to it and puts it into the back of the net. Of course, Havertz is an aerial threat in his own right, so well done for him to winning the ball there. Some nice interplay between the two central midfielders, space exploited on the flanks, which has caused the defenders to move over to where Reece James was, and it left space for Lukaku down the middle. Good interplay. Then we've got a Lukaku penalty, powered in to the corner of the net for his hat-trick after 78 minutes. We've got another goal here with the centre-back stepping up, the wide centre-backs moving it forward. Some great football, interplay between the... This is, you know, I watch Chelsea every single week, and this, I feel like we're just watching Chelsea highlights in Football Manager. These are the exact patterns that Chelsea seem to use in matches, so very happy with this actually, at how well this is done. So credit to the creator of this tactic, and a good goal from Kovacic there. Doesn't score too often, but he has scored to put some goals past Leicester. You know what, while we're here, why not finish the video with another match? We did have a 4-2 win against Manchester City, so I suppose we can see the failings of this tactic defensively too. All goals in this game have apparently came from Romelu Lukaku, and Manchester City apparently went to 10 men at some point in this game. So let's have a look how this went. We've got Callum Hudson-Odoi playing on the wing in this match. He's playing it forward to Reece James. A good run from the wing back, gets in front of the defence and plays it across to Lukaku, who taps it into the back of the net. So the second goal comes from Mason Mount, getting the ball, playing it to Rudiger in that wide centre-back position, doing one of his usual runs forward into Mount, into the striker. Something Chelsea do in real life is get Rudiger forward to interchange with the players up front. He seems to do it often, and it'll be a big day when Chelsea do lose him, as it looks like they're going to, due to his contract expiring. We have Gabriel Jesus getting in behind, and a good finish from him in off the post. Fair play to him there for getting that in. Just looked like they played a ball over the back of our defensive line and got something from it. Here we go, moving forward now with some wing play. Ball comes into the box. Lukaku heads it in. that's what you want him to do. It's his bread and butter, winning those balls in the air. We only conceded 1 goal from a corner all season, and it looks like it's going to be this one, is it? Phil Foden curls it in, a great finish from Phil Foden. That's just pure quality as opposed to a tactical failing. And then for our 4th goal, we've got Rudiger driving forward into Timo Werner in that inverted winger role. He plays it forward to Lukaku, and Lukaku powers it in. Love this tactic, love the way it plays. I think it does replicate very well, actually. That was my first time seeing it in the in-match engine, and I was very happy with how it's turned out. It's of course been very successful for us. We've managed to win 3 competitions and got to the quarterfinals of the other 2, barely losing any games. The biggest loss of the season was that 4-0 loss to Real Madrid, which of course is unfortunate, but everything else looks very good. I'm a big fan of this tactic and of Tuchel's football, so if you want to play like he does in real life, you can check out the link in the description to download this FM22 tactic. Thank you guys for watching. I hope you have enjoyed. If you have, smash the like button, comment who you'd like to see recreated next in the comments down below, subscribe, check out my channel if you like, and finally, thank you to SPITCH for sponsoring the video. I'll see you next time, guys. Thank you and goodbye.